Due to another fine Maryland spring, we've been trapped in the house for days once again, but it's time to go outside and do something. We're a big fan of lists. When you have more than one hole in the water to throw money into, it's pretty easy to get confused, so we always have a list for whatever comes up. We just immediately write it down. We have our major projects written down in this book of what we really want to do over time. We have years and years and years and years of projects in here. And then the green sheets are just punch lists to go through this spring. We've already gone through the little brother of the 24, the 19, and now we're off to the one on the right hand side on the 24, and as you can see, we still have plenty to do. It's another one of those days where it's warm out, but the air is blowing off the water and it's still quite cold out there, so we're not playing around anymore. We've always had fuel pressure issues in this boat. No matter what fuel pump, what settings, whatever, always had fuel pressure problems in this boat. We have regular regulators. When I say regular, I mean cheap, already, and I'm really sick at looking at them and sometimes seeing 3 pounds and other times seeing 8, which a Holley is partial to 6. The worst issue is if you tap on the old ones, the pressure changes, and in a boat that means the pressure will be changing going over every wave. So a Christmas present to ourselves this winter was these Holley 840 fuel pressure regulators with Aeromotive liquid fill gauges. What's really nice about these is they actually have a pressure release switch on the top. In our world, these were not cheap. A lot wouldn't really consider this a big expense. And it's really not that bad until you have to consider that everything we do, we have to do twice. The kicker for us is we don't even have fuel pressure regulators in our other boats. But this is the only one that does have Holley carburetors also. So after our $300 Christmas present, we decided that we couldn't just let it go there, so we bought these mounting kits with braided lines. But we have come to the conclusion that raw aluminum is not going to be acceptable. So we're going to have to paint these. Hey friends, I have 5 babies to feed. Can y'all send me some money? The babies! The babies! The babies need your money. This one doesn't even have shoes to wear to school. Damn, that's a flat tire. How about this? Hey friends, I want to live on my sailboat in the Caribbean while you all pay for it. Can y'all send me some money? As much as I want you all to support my habit of living in the Caribbean while on my sailboat, partying my brains out for years, just can't really force you to do that. So maybe if we went electric with solar panels on top, we could get a little more help. Hell no. This is about freedom power. Burning dinosaur freedom. I'm sure by now a few of you are wondering, raceboat life, where's the cleavage? Where's the thongs? Where's the crappy techno music? Not gonna happen here. That's called divorce raceboat life in my world. And the crappy techno music, never. I'm just not gonna do that. So let's get back to our project. Not saying that others don't do some crazy stuff out there, and we're more than willing to watch. I mean, Maryland's really not known for their sanity, and we have Baltimore City about 6 miles up the river, and we have Travis Pastrana who lives about 12 miles that way. Sorry about the rant. Just kind of a little sick of the YouTube videos that used to be really cool that now turned into asses and boobs and crappy techno music and look at us, look at us. You know, it just gets a little old. I mean, we have normal people and normal lives that do normal and sometimes abnormal stuff. So we got our regulators taken off our plates, and now we're going to sand them up with what looks like to be about a 220. We're not positive, but it looks good enough. And be sure to use your dust protection when dealing with aluminum. You know, aluminum dust nearly killed the Tin Man. Look it up. So we just gave our plates a little bit of a rinse off, and I'll just leave them out here to dry a few minutes and we'll get to painting them. Now we've got our centers all taped up. We got a real fetish about getting paint inside of a motor, and gas going down through here would dissolve our paint. We're going to use some Rust-Oleum. I've had really good luck with this, using flat black and then follow it up with a top coat of some gloss black. The flat black seems to dry real fast, and it attaches real well to aluminum for some reason. Even better than etching primers and everything else I've ever tried. This seems to stick to aluminum amazingly. Waiting on paint to dry. So we got our final coat on, but it's going to be a while before it sets up. So looks like we're doing something else. Race boat life. New top seems to be working well. On days like this, gotta do something else. Let me introduce you to my little friend. This is our vintage 1960s Sears Kenmore upholstery sewing machine. And yes, we do sew, because we can't afford to pay others to do it for us. Here's a few things that we've done over the years, and it saved us a lot of money. Started off with we just wanted a way of fixing boat tops. It's really gone a long way since then. Being that we've been rained out, today I'm going to do something pretty simple. I'm just going to make some new ends for my new top. My old straps seem to be a little dry rotted, so it's time to replace them, but they're all custom made so they don't go under the boat. They actually loop around a trailer with an eye, and none of these guys have eyes, so that's what I'm going to do today, to actually get something done. So instead of under the boat, we take our full-size loops, cut them in half, loop it over here, and then tuck it under so the actual cut edge is underneath. And all we need is enough to make a loop out of, so it doesn't have to be a knot on the trailer. And we stick it in our little sewing machine here. You get the point. It's not a perfect stitch, but it'll definitely hold. Nylon thread ain't going nowhere. I have to say, this is probably one of the best $35 purchases I've ever made off of eBay. But be sure to like and subscribe to our videos. What's the harm? So we have our plates. Damn. Oops. Gotta remember, aluminum dust almost killed the Sandman. God, that was horrible. Sandman, the Tin Man. Definitely use dust protection. Waiting on paint to dry. Fail. I'll turn this damn thing off.